Welcome back to Football Coach, episode 47. We are 1-3 to start the season. We've had a rough time with the weather, and of course, we've had a bit of a rough time with the team this season. Defense, we graduated a lot of talent, and the guys just haven't quite developed, or we haven't been able to quite recruit a few of the talents that we had had previously. And so it's a little bit of an off year. I do expect that they'll rebound next year and we'll go back to that 80 plus that we've been consistently, and offense will continue to grow, and they're decent this year. We should be doing better than we are, but we had a really, really rough go in at least one of the games where our running back had literally his worst game in his 4 years. 3 of those as starter. One of those is the number 2 guy. 4 years, he's never had as bad of a performance as he had in the one that cost us. And then another where we absolutely dominated the game, but had 4 turnovers and they had 0. And we lost in a very close one. So we rebounded. We got 1 win. But our next 3 games are going to be among the toughest to find additional wins, as everybody we are playing in the next 3 has at least a 500 record. First, check in on the 6 promises that we have. 2 of those feel very unlikely at this stage, where we need to win at least 7 games. We've got to win more than half. We're 1-3 right now. Right now, it's looking more challenging to get our 3 to 4 wins than it will be to try to get 7. More likely to be fighting on that part. But the others are all snap counts, and for the moment, while some are close, everybody's above the mark. So we're doing good on those, which means, you got 4 of those? Yeah. That would add up to 8. We'd have plus 11 with the base plus 3. But then we're losing, 12. But minus 1's not bad. Minus 1's not bad with losing the 2. But the big problem is you got Norman and our 90 overall Weston Lynn. So we would be losing our top offensive lineman at the end of the year. Because if promise is not kept, it's automatic. They will leave. There is no chance to convince them to stay the next year. Memphis is the best team in conference, and 35-13. They beat us quite comfortably. That's a little bit worrying going forward, because really, we were similar. We were very similar in terms of quality. We should be winning more games than we are, but it's not happening. Whether I control it, whether I sit back and quick sim, the results seem to be about the same on how that works out. Win some, lose plenty. But we do have the first potential signing of the year. It is a junior college guy, but it's offensive line, right? So a 66 overall with A- potential and fairly good durability has signed with us. Tulsa is potentially the weakest team in the entire country, but that means nothing. We're on the road. They have a negligible home advantage, at least, giving us a real shot at it as we begin on defense. Tulsa, with their pitiful offense, though, finding a way to move the ball right down the field into the red zone and into the end zone, and we trail 7-0 as they began with the ball. But our very first play from scrimmage is a deep pass for 51 yards. And in 3 plays, we tie the score. That's where we should have a massive advantage, is our offense over their defense. And their offense should not be moving the ball at will as they are so far. Pass protection is a real problem for them. So maybe we need to put them under a bit more pressure than we are so far. And with a blitz, they go nowhere. Okay, 3rd and 9. Sure. Let's put some... Oh, come on. They get 9 yards with a rush. 9 yards with a rush. And we didn't drop deep. I had 2 deep. Everybody else was still in the box. They should have been able to stop a guy. Yes, we picked a pass protection play, assuming that they would go for the pass. But we did not leave the box open, meaning there's no reason that they should have been able to gain 9 yards there. 3rd and 4 this time. Cover 1 contain. They're going to get another first down. They're barely moving the ball this time, at least, but somehow they keep getting whatever they need on third down, whether it's short, whether it's long. They're getting exactly what they need. Finally, we stop them this time. They're going to punt. We're going to have a very short field here, or very long field, that is, as we are close to our own end zone. And getting out of this pocket is going to be difficult. I hate that one. That's risky. Let's go medium. Let's go medium smash digs. There you go. We're out of our own end zone and moving the ball. Nothing on first. Just a short gain on second. 3rd and 3. That's plenty of opportunity to go forward, and it is. Let's stay away from the short pass for now. Let's go deep. Play action. Nothing. Halfback mid-draw. That's enough for the first down. Slot post angle. Another first down. Halfback off tackle. Nice gain there on first. Take a shot down the field on second and very, very short. Slot out. That's a first down. That's the end of the first quarter. 7-all. Strong flood. Nothing there. Tight end under. Enough for the first down. Halfback sweep weak. And we're in the end zone. Going, 97 yards? 14-7. Negative play there on third down after a couple short gains on the first two is going to see a 3 and out, and we're going to get the ball right back and start marching right down the field. Ooh, 4th and 3, and they want to go for it, huh? With another inside run that we have done multiple times, and no. Let's go with the deep pass. Like, they're going to pick the box, and I don't think they're going to put that much pressure. We have good pass protection. So let's go for a medium pass instead. Tight end attack and 3 underneath plays. Play action. They're going to fall for the play action. No! Incomplete. And they're going to march right down the field and tie the game, aren't they? Yes, they do. Come on. We've moved the ball at will, and then now all of a sudden we can't move the ball, period, and then they're going to get a huge punt return. Wow. Okay, well, finally something has gone our way besides the fact that our offense, moved the ball at will in the first 2 drives. I suppose that was going our way, but a turnover, a fumble. We have recovered. It is Dickerson who forced and recovered the fumble, and we're going to get our next drive going and not move the ball at all in the first, but second down gets us a good solid 8 yards on the bubble screen, setting up a 3rd and short, enough to get the first down, and now we're moving the ball. 2 minutes remaining in the half, and we should be up 20. Come on. There's enough for our first down. 13 yards to Jace Green. Another first. Quarterback, hold on. Don't go up tempo. Chew clock. And then halfback draw. 1st and goal. Touchdown. 51 seconds left. 21-14. Let's not give something up here. Manage clock and cover 3 sky. Well, yeah, if they go deep. If they run, then we've got a clock that's going to run out here pretty quick. They did go for the run. Again with the deep just in case. This time they did try to go deep. Well, no, actually that was play action comebacks. They didn't really go that deep. I'm kind of lucky that we're able to make a stop with this type of zone defense. And that sets up 3rd and 5. We'll cover the deep again. They're going to punt. We're going to get it back with 27 seconds. Let's take one shot downfield and see what happens. We'll go medium. No, maybe we'll go deep. Yes, okay, we'll go deep instead. Corner strike. Potential to go out of bounds with that. Can we move it down the field? No. Okay, then we'll go ahead and let the clock run. Just let the clock run out here. Do I? It's going to be what? It's 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. One more chance. They do have timeouts. We have timeouts. Do they take... No, they're not going to take a timeout with 12 seconds left. Take a deep attack. See what happens. Okay, Hail Mary. 3rd and 1. 7 seconds. incomplete pass. Oh, dang. We apparently held on to the ball for a while before launching that one up into the air because the clock ran out. Halftime. We're going to get the ball to start the second half, though. Up 21-14. Not a perfect first half, but we do have the lead and a good start to the third quarter here with potential. Okay, third and one, halfback mid-draw, good. Curl flats, first and goal. Going backwards, though, halfback mid-draw, quick slants. I'll take the field goal. I will take the field goal from here, and it's good, 24-14. That negative play stalled out what was a great quick move the ball down the field kind of drive, but we are up by 2 scores. They get enough for a first down and another. We do not blitz very often, but that is the nature of the play calling that we have these days. I miss the days where we were a little more aggressive, or at least neutral. Balanced seems to work pretty well. When you're aggressive and you don't have the players, you get beat bad and you give up a ton of points. When you have balance and you put some pressure on the ball, you can make a lot happen. Now, the conservative defense has led to our best defensive performances we've ever had, but it's also led to a lot of bad ones where other teams just manage to move the ball. It's like you've got to have a balance. You've got to have pressure on the ball as well as dropping back. But if you don't have the secondary, which we don't this year, this conservative D just does not work as well. 3rd and 9. We're going to get the stop here and the punt and a little bit of a decent return there out to the 19. Let's not put ourselves into a consistency problem. We'll go short. Curl flats. Bubble screen on 3rd. No, thank you. We're going to go deep instead. Go the exact opposite direction to what would be expected and take the smash. No! Punt. Quarterback just cannot handle anything deep today, apparently. And they get a decent return there. Give themselves good field position for this one. This would be an important place to stop. And at 3rd and 9, we're looking fairly good for that at the moment. Punt. Good. Only midway through the 3rd quarter, so we're not moving too far too fast right now, and deep passes are already a problem. We need to make sure we stay away from that on this drive. 3rd and 2. Okay, enough for the first. Inside run. 2nd and 7, halfback stretch. Norman, not doing much today at all. Not doing much. Big pass there, though. We have not had any big runs. We've had first downs, sure, but that's good. No, we do not need 4 verticals. Second and 6. Touchdown. Touchdown, 13 yards to our tight end, Eduardo Winston. That's a good one, and that should just about put this thing away. 31-14. Let's sim into the 4th quarter. Still 31-14. Exchange of possession. They're going to get the ball at the 35. We get the ball after a fumble. So they moved the ball 6-7 yards. And defensive lineman Anaya after Dickerson again. So Dickerson with his 2nd recovery. Anaya forcing the fumble this time on the quarterback. So Panganiban has lost the ball. It looks like they might have had a first down because that would be sack territory where that fumble likely would have occurred. But that's just 3 D linemen pressuring the quarterback, and we force the fumble and pick it up, right? That's 2 guys getting penetration behind the line there, and it looks like they were looking to go pretty deep on that play, so they definitely dropped back. That means a lot of guys were doing their job well in zone coverage, and then pressure on them. Anyway, it's 4th quarter, 31-14. Let's continue on with the simming, make sure things are okay. We did not progress the ball, but they gave it right back to us, and now we're going to push them back deep into their own end again, and we're down to 3 minutes. Punt return. Our defense has stood tall since the early stage of this game, but a fumble there by Thorpe. I've not seen Norman's name at all. Please don't let him have been hurt early in this game and been out for the remainder of it. Short field for them, but it's only a minute 29 left in the game. They are going to score, though. 31-21, and go for an onside kick, which we recovered. Quarterback Neal to see out the game. We win by 10. 543 yards to their 400. 10-point victory at the end. It was 17 until the final moments. But the biggest thing is what happened to Norman. I did not see his name at all in the second half. At all. I don't think I saw it at all in the second quarter. Jose Cheney is back from his injury. We do have one new injury. It's not Norman, though, but it's an offensive lineman, Desmond Hall, dropping from an 87 to an 80, but only for 1 week. We're up to 2-4. Their record wasn't showing it, but SMU had the best quality of any of the teams in the conference this year, which is no surprise. They crushed the league last year. We almost beat them, but we don't. So 45-38, we dropped to 2-5. And yeah, the 7 wins already can happen. We have to win every game the rest of the way. So it's horribly unlikely. Now, our 1 week injury to Desmond Hall is done, but 2 linebackers go down, one of them for 2 weeks. He's a 78 overall, but also a major injury to a 77 overall. So we're going to have a bit of work to clean up the linebacker position in the short term. We definitely went with an air raid offense in this one, as we were 34 of 56, both records, with Pierce spending a lot of time putting the ball in the air. Up against Tulane for this one. We're at home, but they're the favorites. They're 3-4, we're 2-5. I think the record has a lot to do with that. But we are really similar teams in terms of quality. Very, very similar to one another. So it's not going to be an easy win here. 3rd and 2 is a good chance to try to stop them, but no stop there. 2nd and long. There's a fumble, and we've picked it up. Eli McDaniel has forced and recovered the fumble and able to take it for a little bit of yardage there. Good start to the game, but we go negative on the first play and end up 3 and out, and then give up a really solid return and a really good first down gain for them, and suddenly they're into our end of the field. 3rd and 4. Touchdown. Incomplete. Missed extra point. I'll take that. It's 6-0. But after 2 plays, it's 3rd and 9, and we want to go very, very short on all hitches. Let's not. Let's go for that first down. Tight end attack. There is that first down. And again, negative plays. We're going to have to go deep, and we go negative again. What? Okay, 2 negative plays there. And we're not holding them up very well at all. 12-0. 13-0. Yowzer. Big gain, finally. Bubble screen. Another. Now we're marching the ball, and it's 13-7, back within a score. Okay, interception. Nice to have Jose Cheney back, as he's intercepted that one at the 11-yard line, stopping the bleeding, right? Down by 2 scores would have been pretty problematic. Now we have a chance to level the game, and there you go. 53 yards to Gabriel Norman on the passing play, not the running play. That's just a little cutback. Just as you get into that secondary beyond that defensive line, and he was able to get a lot of yards after the catch on that one. And we're going to look to put it in the end zone, tie the game, and take the lead by 1. Well done. Let's go ahead and sim forward. Last 5 minutes of the first half, down 2014. So Tulane has scored again, but we have the ball. But 3rd and 10. Enough to get the first down, though. The short passes are not the place to be at the moment, so let's take the smash corners. Big gain. There you go. Bubble screen. No. Curl combo. We're back into short order is fine, but going negative. Pierce is sacked. 43-yard field goal is good. 20-17. Let's go ahead and start into the second half. And it's 24-20, so we got the ball back and managed to score. Let's see what happened there. Okay, there is a fumble just after we stopped, right? We got the field goal at 3:08. It was like first play. First play, they got a fumble. Cortez fumbles it. Eli McDaniel forcing that fumble and returned it 15 yards, so very short field, just 11 yards. We got the touchdown. It was 2nd and 1 from the 2. So we had gained, 9 yards on first down, and then Norman ran it in, and we go up 24-20. Nice. And we start the second half with the ball, with a slight lead. Let's go ahead and play out at least this drive. Let's see if we can keep that momentum rolling into the second half. Halfback slam, inside zone, jet sweep. Could go backwards, could go forward. I think that's a difficult call on 3rd and 4. Not a fan. I'm going to let it play. It does work. It does work. So Shang gets 10 yards. He's able to turn the corner and go upfield. I'm not a fan of that one because right at 3rd and 4, you're more likely to see a blitz. You're more likely to see a guy staying close to the box. And so that jet sweep, right? Guy coming across long distance across the field before you can turn and go up the field. If there's too many guys in the box, that's a dead play. That's not going to go anywhere in real life. I don't think that would work. Apparently they drop back into coverage there on a 3rd and short, 3rd and 4. And that's borderline on whether you're going to drop guys back, but you're not going to drop them back far anyway. Flanker curl, medium pass, getting a little bit of a negative. Why don't we switch it up then? Shallow cross, go deeper instead, and that works out brilliantly. Back on the ground, 17 yards. Thorpe, not Norman. Short pass, that's fine. First down, halfback mid-draw, doesn't go anywhere. Inside zone, though, does, and it's in the end zone. And we have converted it into points, 31-20. Let's go ahead and sim to the fourth quarter, where it's now 34-27, and Tulane is marching once again. Yowzer. That's not where we wanted that third quarter to go after it started so well. It was a whole quarter, or most of a quarter that I just simmed. 3rd and 3, big chance to get a stop here. That's a lot of guys to put a halt to it, and they don't. And it's a run. It's a run. I mean, come on. There's 4 guys in the box to stop this thing, and nobody stops it. Tie game with a quarter to go here. Bubble screen goes backwards. Another bubble screen though. Back to back, same play. One doesn't work. One works brilliantly because Norman. We gave it to Norman, and it was run pass option. One time we went for the pass. One time we go for the run. The run worked much better. Tight end stick. No. Outside zone. Yes. First down. Fake screen wheel. 1st and goal. Bubble Street touchdown. Back on top. 41-34. 41-34. Let's go ahead and see next change of possession. Interception. Hector Robertson has thrown an interception to our safety, Maximilian Ivy. And looking at where this one is, like, clearly tight end across the middle for the safety. And we're in a cover 3 sky, so the safety is back deep. This is a case of ball overthrown, or tipped up, right? Tipped up and coming back. And safeties tend to have a little more space to work because they're not, like, he's dropping into his zone. He's not covering anybody close, and there is nobody going close. He's able to get a healthy 22 yards on the return, putting us at the 9-yard line. Last time they did this, because they've done it before, we quickly turned that into points right before halftime, and this would put us up by 2 scores. Stick backwards. Halfback mid-draw. We got a running back who can make something happen with that, and gives us a short field. 3rd and goal. Oof. Can Norman run that, or 3rd and goal? No. Short pass. Negatives there. What about the medium instead? Yes, medium, no penalties. Tight end under, that's like 3 guys, plus 1 in the back of the end zone. But maybe these hitches are going to be a little bit better for that option, little comebacks. Okay. No, 24-yard field goal. We extend it to 2 scores. We're up 10, 44, 33. 10 minutes to go. Fingers crossed defense makes a stop. They do not, but they hold them to a field goal, so offsetting what we just did with our short field. 44-37, and now we're going to get the ball back with 6.5 minutes. We're going to take that auto off, and we're going to chew clock. And no, we are not going to go with a short pass. They're going to expect a run, though, but we've got a heck of a runner. At least spread the field a bit, and hopefully 2 yards. Okay, shallow cross it is for the first down. And we're chewing that clock. It's already 5:48. Inside zone. There's the first down, and another inside zone, and another inside zone, and now we're in quick slants on 3rd and 9, but we're down to 3:43 on that clock. We're almost in 4-down territory, but if you gain the 5-6 yards, you want to take the field goal. If you don't gain, you kind of want to punt because you don't want to be going for it on 4th down. So that quick slants isn't going to do me much good. Do you play action with 3 minutes left? Play action boot. Oh, we don't have the quarterback for that. He's not mobile. Smash. Well, corner strike. Okay, that gives you 3 guys underneath. That would shorten the field and maybe set up the field goal, or 2 guys deep. First down. And that's Norman. 10 yards. So we went under. We dropped. Found the space underneath. But Norman and his legs turned it into a first down. 1st and 10. Keep the clock running. 3 minutes left. They have all their timeouts, though. Bubble screen. Halfback slam. They called a timeout. So we just took 2 timeouts away from them, and we're already into short field here. At this point, you would take the field goal, right? Because you go up 10. First down! Let's go! Chase Green, 9 yards from Pierce. Halfback stretch. Going outside. Two quarterback kneel. Really? We can... No. Because 204. Let's not quarterback kneel. Inside run. I do not think we are into that kind of safety zone. Inside zone. Touchdown. Put the game away that way. I don't think the kneel's going to work because you still had 2-minute warning. I don't think you can just run the clock out there. 51-37. They're going to try to run it back, and they do get a pretty solid return on that. Cover 2 man. They've got to go deep. It's down to 1:13. We burned a lot of clock to put that in the end zone. Cover 3 sky. And that stops them. Cover 1 hole. I guess. Another stop. Cover 3 sky again. 4th down. Oh, big gain there, though. Very big gain. 44 yards on that one, but they're down to 46 seconds. Cover 3 buzz drop again. They get enough for the first. And they are going to score, but there's only 15 seconds left. Recover onside kick, and we have done so. Now we can kneel to see out the game, and that is a victory against Tulane. And that is that 3rd win that we very much needed. But we have to win out if we're going to get to 7. The next game against Rutgers, they are winless this season. That's the team we should be beating. Wow, that's a lot of yardage for both. Our defense did not do much to slow down Tulane, but our offense had a huge day, and the turnovers, 4-0 in our favor, were the difference. All right, we've got an offensive lineman ready to sign, 61 overall, B+, or B and B, and there's 3 schools in, but we got him by 129 points, 129 to the good. Whew, that's close. That's without an NIL. They came in with an NIL here, but I just had the official visit. the official visit, 830 points to see us jump over Illinois. I just offered him last week. Last week, I just offered him as we were second on the list, and I saw that both Illinois and Colorado were there, and that they were, bound to take him. And it was like, I got to go for it. He's too good to pass up. 61 overall is like 5 points better than most of our linemen, and B potential is good. And the durability, 3-star guy, was like, I've got a lot of good offensive linemen that I might be able to sign this season. This is a good start to that process. If we don't win that game, we don't sign that guy. We also got a recovery from injury with no new injuries. This is the healthiest we've been in every season, I think, ever, across the board. It's a shame that we don't quite have the quality that we had in previous seasons. Otherwise, I could easily see us being, 2 games in particular, right? We'd be 5-3 right now. Maybe we don't beat Memphis. Maybe we do. We only lost by a touchdown. So 6-2. I mean, this is a team that could be 6-2 if it was last year's team with this year's health. But that's win number 3. It's progress. 3-5, not as great as we want it to be, but we've definitely been better here. 2-2 over the last 4 games. Rutgers next, like they're 0-8. Gotta win that one, right? Not necessarily, right? Historically, we've let other teams win their first game of the season many times. Many times, even when we did have multiple wins. So, but we're at home against Rutgers. We should be pushing a 4-5. Should be. Don't think that 7 wins is coming though. I mean, one more loss, and we're done on that front. But could we still get to 6-6 over these last few games and put ourselves in a bowl game? I don't think a 7th win there would do it for us. But who knows? Who knows? Maybe. I don't feel like we're a team that would win a bowl game against a better conference, a better non-conference opponent. Who knows? Who knows? Much better episode for us. Recruiting starting to go pretty well. We are absolutely in the conversation for a lot of guys. We are potentially winning some battles. We just won a battle. We just want a head-to-head battle. So, yeah, things are going pretty well on many different fronts right now, barring the record. Right? If we were 4-4, we'd be looking up and going, "Hey, let's do this. Let's get to that 7." At 3-5, it's like, yeah, I don't know. I don't think so. Because 7-5 is a lot to ask from where we're at right now. That's going to do it for this one, though. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.